Hi, welcome to Pulled Into Letting Go. I'm Mandy Torado, and my bed is a mess because I have one of my blankets and my sheets in the wash. And yes, I am crying. Oh, here's my apple orchard candle. I'm going to be burning it a lot this week so that I can start my gingerbread candle soon. I'm going to explain my tears. They are not sad tears. They are not sad. Oh, they are happy tears, and I'm trying to get it together so I can make this video. Oh, as I've shared earlier, my brother passed away in June. My older brother, I loved him so much. And the only thing I wanted from him was more time in his presence. He was a good man. And I have no doubt that he's in heaven with Jesus now, and that brings me peace. Immense peace. Oh, I'm crying tears of joy because I've reconnected with my nephews. They have the most beautiful women in their lives. And one of my nephews has the most beautiful children. And I am so happy. And so blessed to be a part of their lives. I wanted so badly for this for years, decades actually. And everything happens in the Lord's time. It all happens in His time. This is from a cat, a very naughty cat that started fighting the other day. Everything happens in the Lord's time. And I'm so grateful. And as I always do in every vlog, I'm going to read from the Bible. This verse of the day today is so fitting. It's from Colossians 3:15, New Revised Standard Version, Anglicized. And let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, to which indeed you were called in the one body, and be thankful. I am so thankful. I am so thankful. Oh God, I'm thankful. God takes away things from our lives that are toxic, but He doesn't leave a hole, He fills it. He fills it with Himself, and He fills it with something just better. Oh, my brother was always so proud of his boys. They were his world. And I see why. They have grown into handsome, respectful men that I am so proud of. I am so proud of them. They have picked some beautiful women to be a part of their lives, to share their lives with. And I don't just mean outside, although outwardly they are quite beautiful. They have hearts of gold. I can tell that from the few conversations we've had. And I'm so grateful. Psalm 128, verse 3, English Standard Version. Your wife will be like a fruitful vine within your house. Your children will be like olive shoots around your table. I think of my oldest nephew and his beautiful fiance and their children as I read that. I think of a conversation with my brother, Zach, in the early 2000s. He surprised me, him and his wife and the boys. They were really little. It was, goodness, I don't remember what year it was, 2002 maybe? He came to my hometown, surprised me, knocked on the door one day. Thankfully, I wasn't at work yet. And we went for a walk down to the beach. Had to talk about Jesus and about where we were in our faith life. And every time that memory comes to mind, I think of this verse, Joshua 24:15. Again, it's out of English Standard Version. And if it is evil in your eyes to serve the Lord, choose this day whom you will serve, whether the gods your fathers served in the region beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. I've talked about my father and how he was an international drug runner, how he abused women and children, how he spent time in prison. His God was himself. Whatever he wanted, he provided it for himself. Zach and I shared the same father, but we did not share his values. We did not serve the same God that he did. We serve the King of Kings, Jesus. I'll never forget the end of that visit. Zach handed me a couple of CDs. It was Mercy Me and Stephen Curtis Chapman. And he said, here, I hope these help you. I hope they show you what you're looking for. I used to listen to those CDs every single night. They brought me so much comfort. He was a good big brother. It's hard when family is fractured and broken. It's hard when people in the family try to keep secrets. The truth always comes out. No matter what we do, our intent will always be known at some point. It may not be right away. It may not be for years or decades. But the truth always has a way of coming out. When I encounter people who rub me the wrong way, there's something that always goes through my head. Why did God put this person in my life? What am I to learn from this situation, from this person, from our interactions? Oftentimes, those vile actions that I'm noticing, there's one of two things going on there. One is that it's a mirror of my own past actions, and I'm now reaping what I've sown. Or two, it's a reminder to love no matter what. It's a reminder that the more vile someone behaves, the more they need carried to Jesus. Those who are most unkind often need the most kindness. We're not always in a position to be the one to offer that kindness, at least not face to face. We can pray for them at the very least. I spent a lot of time being hurt by family. My mom, my stepdad, my younger brother. I don't talk about him much. Not being able to talk with my older brother more. My father. What others meant for evil, though, God has used it for good in my life. Am I hurting still? Of course. When I found out that Zach died, it was like an arrow of poison straight into my heart. It hurt more than I can explain in words. I was not ready to say goodbye. I hadn't said enough hellos. I don't know if he knew how much I loved him, and that hurts. There was so much I wanted to know about him. There was so much I wanted to experience, and I didn't get the chance. I miss his laugh. I miss his hugs. He had such a big presence. But with me, it was like, you know those really big teddy bears and stuffed animals that Costco sells or some grocery stores, or I think Walmart sells them too around this time of year. That was Zach for me. He was just a big presence, but safe. And I know he wasn't perfect, but it helps sometimes to think of him that way. Oh my goodness. Thanksgiving is in 2 days. And I know that I'll be giving thanks that he doesn't have any more pain, that he's in the safest place possible, that my nephews, that they have love, and they're not going through this death alone. They're not processing it alone. I will always be grateful for that. I'm grateful that I don't have to process it alone. Families are insane. They're crazy. They're full of love. And they're like a mixed bag of nuts. Even though my parents are no longer a part of my life, I'm grateful to them for giving me life. I'm grateful to them for giving me time with my sister. I miss her too. Those are sad tears. Sometimes when we're in pain, people will ask us, would you do it all over again? Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to think I would. I'd like to think that I would, because no matter what pain and what trauma life brings us, there is still a lot of beauty in the day-to-day. There's still a lot to learn from the people who love us and the people who hurt us. And I'm learning through gardening too. There's no such thing as perfect. There's no growth without being buried in the dirt for a little while. If we remain in the seed packet where it's nice and safe, tucked away in a drawer, we'll never grow. We'll only ever be a seed. But if someone takes a chance and plants us, or if we plant ourselves, we can become something very beautiful. But we have to endure a lot to get there. I have some avocado seeds that are growing. I have 3 of them right now. They're actually in my window. There's 2 up top and 1 down below. They were all planted at the same time. These 2 are the most different. They were all planted at the same time. Whoop! But they're all different heights. They've all been in that window. They get watered on the same days. They're getting the same amount of sunlight, but they're growing just a little bit differently. And what's interesting is that when they become big enough where they could flower and fruit, they can't do it alone. You need more than one. And I bought 3. Or I'm growing 3. I bought the seeds from someone who started it. They need each other to be successful, to provide the fruit. We're a lot like avocado seeds and trees. We can't do it alone. And though we all get sunlight, water, food, attention, though we all start out the same, we're all a little bit different. There's something really beautiful about that. We have to want to grow. We have to look for opportunities to grow. And we have to be willing to deal with painful moments. Be patient. Have endurance. Have faith. That those painful moments won't last forever. And that something better is coming. I waited almost 23 years. No, it will be 23 years this December. 23 years. And I have something better. A husband, kids, and nephews. Hope. I have learned so much in this life. God is so good. If you get anything from this tear fest, get this. The dark days will not last. You will not always be asking. You will not always be seeking. God will answer. God will open the door. And love will come. It will come. In the spirit of the week of Thanksgiving, I'd like to pray. Let's end this with prayer. Lord, I thank you. I thank you for love. I thank you for growth. Thank you for faith and patience and endurance. I thank you for your strength. So many times I almost gave in because I'm weak. But in my weakness, you were my strength. In my darkness, you were my light. You are God. You are my King, and you are on the throne. I knocked, and you opened the door. I asked. I sought, and you answered. In your time, more and more things become clear. I know you love me, Lord, and I know you love all of us. You love us so much, you willingly gave your life upon the cross at Calvary. I cannot even begin to imagine that sacrifice, the depth of it. But you understand, and you did it anyway. And you've never stopped loving us, though. So many times we are unlovable, angry, sad, putting on a brave face, faking it. And you carry us through. You give us exactly what we need. Thank you. Surround my family, all of them, with your love, your protection, your comfort, wisdom, discernment. Let them know how much you love them, that you will never let them go. God, you are a God of absolutes. You will never leave us nor forsake us. You will always love us. In Jesus' name, amen. I love you, but more importantly, God loves you. Be blessed.